Welcome back to Giant Monster Games. Today we are playing Dredge. My name is Adrian, by the way, if you didn't know that. And we won the die roll, so we are going to go first. And this is actually a pretty... yeah. I was going to say, it's a pretty solid opening hand. The thing is, we don't have any of the enablers in our hand, which is kind of frustrating. But I think we're going to keep it. Double land is usually a pretty solid keep for us. So I think we're going to probably Bloodstained Mire first turn, and then crack it on our opponent's step. Playing a turn behind, unfortunately, this turn. But I think it'll be okay. And I think it's going to be okay. So ship it to our opponent's turn. When we go to their end step, we will crack Bloodstained Mire, and then go fetch up probably a Stomping Grounds. Then we have access to all the color mana we need. Opponent is going to, Ancestral Visions into, we're going to do this now. Ancestral Visions into exile. And we will get a Stomping Grounds. We are not going to pay the life for it. We don't need the mana right now. So we get to get it without paying life, which is amazing. And then what do we draw? If we draw an Enabler, we're good. We draw Confligate, which is not really what we want. Not really what we want at all. Well, I guess we can pay the life for this and then play Hellspark Elemental, swing for 2, I guess? Huh. Not the best. I mean, the other option, and this actually might have been a better option, is I could have actually not played either of the two things and then went an entire another turn discarding a card. It seems like it might be too slow. Might have been too slow. Not really worth it. We always could also play Life of the Loam, which, that would have been a better bet. Oh, that was a misplay on my part, guys. What I should have done, I should not have played the Hellspark Elemental. 3 damage is fun, but I should have actually played Life of the Loam, returning only 1 land, which would have been Bloodstained Mire, and then we would have had a Dredge card for next turn. Oh, lame sauce. Lame sauce for me. I apologize for that. You guys probably saw that as well. You're like, hey, by the way, Life of the Loam has Dredge 3. Should have went that way. Oh well. Too late now. Our opponent doesn't... I don't think our opponent probably knows what we're playing yet. Because Hellspark Elemental, he's like, maybe it's Jund Aggro? Something or other? Breeding Pool. Interesting, okay. So, blue, black, green? Not something you see every day? Not something you see every day. Just some days. Not every day. I'm also going to want to expand my graveyard here. I wish you could, I wish when you expanded this way as well, you could see the cards better. But you guys are going to have to deal with these tiny little cards here, because my graveyard is going to fill up pretty quickly once we start going. Going to our turn, if we draw an Enabler, that'd be awesome. It is not, it's a mountain. Well. I think what we'll do is we'll do what we should have done last turn. Is we are going to play Life of the Loam. Yep. Playing Life of the Loam. Should have done this last turn. I could have actually had the ball rolling last turn if I would have done that. But I didn't. Bloodstained Mire, I guess, and shipping it to our opponent's turn. Yeah. Man, this is the slowest Dredge hand I've ever had. Oh, man. Oh, well. Oh, well. You learn. You learn. Life happens. Yeah. Maybe I was not a best opening hand. I mean, I thought it was an okay opening hand. If we drew into an Enabler, which we have a ton of Enablers in the deck, allow us to, discard cards, draw cards. And going to our opponent's end step, it looks like. Okay, well, let's crack this guy. Might as well fetch up another, Stomping Grounds? It's either Stomping Grounds or Blood Crypt. Might as well be Stomping Grounds. And we're not going to pay the life for it. We have access to all the mana we could ever want at this point. And we are going to Dredge Life of the Loam. Narcomoeba, sweet. It's always fun. And I think we're probably just going to... Oh, opponent's going to counter something? No, there's no counter. This is coming into play. This is a triggered ability, not a counterable ability. This is going to be always yes. So yes. And... So for our turn, we could, again... I mean, Life of the Loam seems like a pretty solid bet again. May as well. Our opponent might counter it, which would be a thing that happens. So we're going to try it. We're going to try. We'll see if our opponent has a counterspell. They may have a counterspell. If they do, I mean, it's not the end of the world for us. Yeah, Spell Snare, sure. Still goes to the graveyard, which is our kind of our end objective here. And I think we probably just play the Golgari Thug at this point. Solely because then we actually have another body on the table that we can slowly start swinging in with. We're leaving Hellspark Elemental, by the way. We're leaving Hellspark Elemental in the graveyard because once we actually get Prized Amalgams in there, we do want a card that we can pop out and get them. So we're kind of leaving it in as a kind of a backup plan right now. So, wow. Slowest Dredge ever. This is like the slowest Dredge deck I've ever played. By that I mean not the entire deck, but just the deck today, right now. It's the first game, super slow Dredge game. Kind of funny, actually. Shipping into our opponent's turn, we have nothing else to do. And we're going to Dredge 3 again next turn. Innocent Neolate, that's the one that we needed to draw. One of the ones we needed to draw. And how long does he have on this thing? Suspended for one more turn. So next turn it'll go off. Fair enough. Next turn he'll get to cast his Ancestral Visions. Which, I mean, I'm not really sure what our opponent's deck does at this point. We haven't really seen much other than a bunch of lands. So, go. Back into our turn. Yes, we're going to Dredge this way. And there's a Prized Amalgam. That's kind of fun. Cathartic Reunions would have been fun as well. Well, I think we're just going to carry on with the more Life of the Loaming. Because at this point, we don't really have a whole lot of other options. Opponent, do they counter? The next question. If they counter again, meh, sure. Just waste all your counter spells. I'm okay with that. We will Hellspark Elemental. We have a Prized Amalgam in the graveyard. We may as well pull it out. And then we're going to swing for a bunch. Oh, he has a second counter spell. We'll just burn away all his counter spells. If that's what you want to play, I'm okay with that. He decides against it. He says, okay, we'll let you play it. This is always going to be yield. And then we are going to go to combat. We're going to swing into a bunch of stuff. So, go to combat. Attacking with everything. There you go. All creatures attack. Shift to our opponent's turn. And then we will see what happens next. Because I don't have anything else I'm doing. So, sure, you go, you go, you go. And, yeah. There we go. So, we have now a Prized Amalgam. We also have a Golgari Thug, which, if he had any creatures in play, I would have left it up to block with. But at this point, I'm not really too concerned. Because I'm kind of just swinging in for damage at this point. Yeah. This is the slowest Dredge ever. If he had creatures up, we would probably leave and block up this guy. The big thing is we don't really have some things we really need. I guess the other option could have been, instead of doing the Life of the Loam thing every single turn, which has been okay, is actually we could have played Haunted Dead. Because if he counters it, then we can use his ability to return it and then discard our Dredgers. There was a bunch of options here that I did not do that we could have done. Did he put another one? Another Ancestral Visions. Interesting. I bet he has just a handful of hard control, even though we have enough stuff on the board to just slowly weasel in and get damage. Which, yeah, it's fine by me. Yeah, Dredge. Dredge, Dredge, Dredge. Hey, look. Another Prized Amalgam. We don't have any way of getting it out, though. So, two questions. First one being, do we Haunted Dead or do we Life of the Loam? They are both very strong questions. What we're going to do, first of all, is we're just going to swing in with all of our guys. See if our opponent has a response to that. Attack with all creatures. If he does, cool. If he doesn't, cool as well. Because we're getting in, what, 5 damage now? So he has a 3-turn clock. Should be able to do something in 3 turns. And we haven't dumped any other Dredge cards into our graveyard, which is kind of funny for me. I'm just a little bit surprised. And there's Abrupt Decay. No, fair enough. You do what you have to do, right? Which means he's tapped down a fair amount. So we have 2 options at this point. So going to our second main phase. The first option is play Life of the Loam again. There's an option. Second is Confligate for 1 and then Flashback Confligate. It's also a really good idea. basically discarding our stuff. I think we're gonna try and Life of the Loam again. We're gonna try again. As much as I'm saying this has been really slow, we're still technically making progress. Like, slow progress, but progress nonetheless. So here we go. Opponent is going to counter Squall. And we lose life. Opponent gets in some damage. Neat. Well, I guess the downside of doing this is we don't have the land anymore. It's the thing that happens. And then we ship it to our opponent's turn. Let's see what they play on their turn. I mean, our opponent is just a ton of counter spells. So counter spells and removal, counter spells removal, counter counters removal. Kind of what they're doing, which is surprising for us. It was surprising for me, I should say. It's surprising for us, surprising for me, because I'm not really sure how our opponent's deck wins at this point. We're just slowly getting value in by chipping in a little bit. And him countering Life of the Loam, you know, burns up his cards. Oh, he's aiming to get in 1 damage with Vraska, with this little 1/1 creature. That's funny. Very funny. And they changed the Planeswalker redirect rule, didn't they? So I can't technically target him and redirect it Vraska anymore? Or have they not changed that? I know they were talking about changing that, where, like, unless a card says it can deal a Planeswalker, it can't deal damage to a Planeswalker, which is kind of stupid if you ask me. I know the rule was kind of weirdly written, but I think it's pretty key component. Yeah, so Dredge. Dredge. Hey, look, finally we got Dredge cards in the graveyard. That's exciting. And, well, I can... It feels like a pretty lofty thing. hard sell. Well, at this point, we have a bunch of options. We can always Life of the Loam and do some other stuff out of the graveyard. The other options, we can always actually play Haunted Dead and try and go for the damage, or we can also actually play Confligate. Also, technically. Life of the Loam kind of only strikes me as 50-50 at this point. We do technically get mana, which then we can use to play stuff like Confligate, but I don't know if this is going to help us that much. Let's go to combat. Swing, attack with all creatures. So what is it? What is her abilities are? Until end of turn, whenever a creature deals damage by Vraska, destroy that creature. Okay, which I think is what he did. And then he can -3 to give it damage. I think we just need to attack. So you attack the guy. You attack Vraska. And then we will go... Next turn we're going to start dredging pretty heavily. Which is neat. And good. Yeah, so he's going to die, which is fine. Because it just gives us another dredge target. And we can put... We got to put a creature on top of our library. Which doesn't matter at all, to be quite honest. If Narcomoeba was in the graveyard, then it would have mattered. But it's not. So what we actually probably should have done is attacked both in. 2 damage, and then putting Narcomoeba back on top, which would have been funny. Well, do it now. And then, second main phase, I think it's going to be Life of the Loam. Life of the Loam. These 3 guys. Trying to make the decisions here quick. I know I'm burning my clock pretty aggressively here. And, yeah, Mountain, Confligate, opponent's face. That's a long way down to scroll for an OK button. And let's click all these guys. And do we want to... Oh, we can redirect it to Vraska. Yeah, let's redirect it to Vraska. Totally fine by me. Actually, if I would have went to his face, would have that been better? Because I can discard 4. That would have been 5. 6. No. This way's better. This way's better. Because, I mean, what is his options? +1 Vraska, I guess. We need a way of getting something out of the graveyard. I really need to either get her into play or get her into the graveyard, one of the two. So whenever a creature attacks, it dealt damage. Cool, that's fine. I'm not too worried about it. And then going to our turn, this is where we should start be able to turn it around. Should be able to start turning around much faster. And we are going to go with, I think it's going to be Thug. A little bit more of an aggressive Dredge. And we got a Hellspark Elemental, which is nice. Okay. So, Bloodstained Mire into Hellspark Elemental. Red. It doesn't really matter. Which gives us 3. Which is going to bring back all of the Prized Amalgams. Which is fun. And I think we just go to our opponent's face here. Do I just go to our opponent's face? I think we just go to our opponent's face here. The other thing is we also play Cathartic let's go opponent's face. And then I think we're going to try and Confligate on our second main phase. Yeah, that's what we're going to try and do. And we're just going to pitch our hand. Get rid of it all. So, aim to do 4 damage. Because this will be 8. So, what does he have? So, I'm thinking so hard. Playing Dredge. Dredge has a lot of moving parts here. And trying to, like, find the best ones. I don't think I've made all the best choices so far, but I'm making some choices. Making choices while recording live. So, that's the thing. So, if you guys are hearing me say, like, oh, Cryptic Command. You can return a creature. Which makes it go to exile, which sucks. But that also means that we can... Do we Confligate then? Do we Confligate? I think we do. So, Confligate our opponent's face. And that's it. And we need to pay 2 red, so red. And we'll just discard everything. Click a card to discard. Discard 1. Click a card, discard. X is currently 1. You know what's really fun? Confligate's broken. Is it broken? Because Confligate is just discard X cards. Why can't I choose? I should be able to choose as many cards as I want. There's nothing in play saying I can't. Is Confligate broken, guys? We're about to find out. So Confligate deals X damage. So if you cast it from your hand, it deals X damage. Cool. Flashback, you just pay red. So it's 2 red. And then discard X cards. So I should be able to select as many cards as I want. If I select just 1, X is 1. Confligate is broken. Neat. Who would have guessed that, guys? That's neat. Confligate is currently broken. Because I could not select more than 1 card. That is super awesome. Super duper awesome. That is stupid. I like it when MTGO is broken. I think it's the first time I've actually really ever seen MTGO being like full on broken. Which is annoying, to say the least. Oh, man. Dang it. That's stupid. We would have had our opponent down to 4 otherwise. Because I wanted to discard everything out of my hand. Ugh. Bah. Well, that's annoying as heck. Annoying as heck, indeed. And we're probably just going to Bloodstained Mire our opponent's end step. Just to get some extra things in. See if does he have any response to this? I'm assuming his win condition is like counter and kill stuff, and then he gets these little 1/1 creatures that swing in and deal damage. Yeah, that's what I'm guessing it's supposed to be. Does he have... Oh, nice. Maelstrom Palace, destroy target permanent and all opponents with the same name. Neat. There goes our Prized Amalgams, which is okay. Not the end of the world. And we'll just do this now. We will Bloodstained Mire right now. Might as well get the Blood Crypt. Because at this point, why not? So I'm still salty. I'm so salty that I wasn't able to select more than 1 card. Yeah, that's dumb. Super dumb. Is there a bug report in here somewhere? I don't think there is. I'm not sure how you report stuff. Maybe actually leave that in the comment section below. If you know how to report bugs, if you see them on MTGO, let me know. And what do we think? Not Dark Blast. I guess it's going to be Thug. I should have discarded the Stinkweed Imp, but I was just being too salty. And, oh, we have lots of options right now. So, Hellspark Elemental. And I think we could actually play Hellspark Elemental and Scourging Devil. If he doesn't have a counter for both, then we technically can swing for lethal. And Scourging Devil. Let's see. Does he have a response? If he doesn't, we swing for lethal. Because Scourging Devil is awesome as a finisher card. Especially when Complicate's not working. Ah! Ah! So frustrated by that. Yeah. No, wait. Opponent scoops it up. We're going to sideboard. Oh my god. Stupid broken card. Discard X cards. And our opponent actually scoops the entire match. They don't want to play any more games with us. Which is sad. Dredge is super fun to play against. Especially now that we know what he's playing, we can actually put in stuff to destroy the stuff. Actually, remind you, we don't have anything to actually deal with Planeswalkers in our sideboard, because usually it's not a really big deal. Anyways, until next time, my name is Adrian, this has been Giant Monster Games. You are watching Dredge. And until next time, don't forget to game like a giant monster. Thanks for watching the videos here on Giant Monster Games. If you want to support the channel directly, we now have a Patreon page which you can go and become part of the broader Giant Monster Games community. Additionally, if you want to see some other awesome videos, you can click right here or right here.